In October 2018, ASSITEJ Serbia hosted the first ever Next Generation program organized in Southeast Europe, Limitations and Challenges in Performing Arts for Children and Young People. The program was implemented in a partnership with the Special School for Education Milan Petrović in Novi Sad, which provided excellent working and living conditions, and it was financially supported by the City Administration for Culture of the City of Novi Sad. The one-week residency program brought together artists from neighboring countries in Southeast Europe, recognized in their communities as emerging artists in the various artistic disciplines and expressions, with a high degree of professionalism and motivation to explore further in the field of TIA. The program was initiated and set up by Diana Kržanić Tepavac, President of ASSITEJ Serbia. The workshop laboratory was created and conducted by remarkable artists and experienced facilitators, theatre directors Vigdis Jakobsdóttir from Iceland, Nina Hadžiani from UK, and contemporary dance artist Jovana Rakić from Serbia. The initial idea of this residence was to offer good condition and safe working spaces, to provide new experiences in the meeting and working with inspiring artists, which will create atmosphere in which young artistic personalities will get to know each other better, to expose artists to different ideas and theatre practices, experiences and challenges of TIA, through which they will recognize common interests. The leading team designed a workshop with a rich fund of workshop exercises and tasks that come from theatre and dance practice and represent an excellent basis for opening important issues like TIA practice in the context of non-existing cultural policies, the current situation in contemporary theatre for children and youth, and especially issues of personal limitations and challenges. Original workshop setup with attractive and diverse tasks, creating an open, lively and dynamic structure of the workshop, which encourage the interest and full participation of both artists and leaders. From the very beginning, it established excellent communication, mutual openness, respect, and multi-directional exchange, and positive excitement through the whole process. Proportion of engagement with the workshop and the part of the program related to the exposure to the other contents had a positive effect on the quality and degree in engagement of the participants. Other contents were seminar on contemporary dance theatre, workshop with pair art, artistic organization with 20 years of work experience, which gathers artists with and without learning abilities. Workshop with Ludifico NGO from independent artistic scene in the Novi Sad, which promotes contemporary circus. The intention of the organizers was to mark this program as a starting point for an expanded and extended Next Generation program in the region over the next 4 years. The starting points of this residency was position of young artists and their work in TIA, empowerment of young artists accepting responsibilities and the challenge to influence the change through their work, encourage them to work together in the countries of the region and thus bringing the new wave of energy and refreshment of this field and art through the region. Next challenge for participants after the residency was how to implement new knowledge and experience in daily work, how to transform the shortcomings of the existing practice into an advantage. Then, the initial idea brought an extraordinary follow-up.
The outcome of Next Generation in Serbia was a completely new idea, which was developed by 6 different female artists who were participants of Next Generation program and who are the heads of 4 different non-government organizations. They found a new platform named From the First Step, which is working on developing and affirmation of theater for young audience in the region. How did that start? When we participated in residential program, we really quickly realized that we all share the same problems and wishes in the field of theater for young audience in our region. Because organizations and we as individuals are too small and young to face those systematic problems by ourselves, we decided to try to solve those problems together. After lots of meetings, we became really close friends, united by openness, creativity, humanity, love for theater, and courage to do something for the common good in the field. Then pandemic happened and era of online meeting has come, so we needed to continue our work online and redirect our planned activities to a digital sphere. The first thing that we did was publishing our manifesto, in which we are committed to quality content, as well as infrastructure and education of professional staff working in this domain. This was the part of our manifesto. Before we made a list of priority activities, we wanted to target the problems in this field in our region. So we conducted a research with 3 sample groups. After we finished the research, we based all our activities on the resolving of problems which we targeted through a research. So we organized a lot of various activities directed to our main goal, which is gathering of the region. One of those activities was a regional conference where we opened a few really important topics for the region, such as cultural politics, festivals, collaborations, and lack of education in this field. Our next important step was creating a website for everyone who are involved in theater for young audience. This website is the only common place for artists and institutions and organizations from this domain in the region. It is a database of theater plays, artists, critics, dramas, and so on. We wanted to open a dialogue, to share information and knowledge in those times when we are prevented to work together in person. With gathering of the region on our minds, we also developed mobile app for children and youth to educate them and to influence them to be more involved in theater. App is designed as a two-way communication between audience and the theater. App is like a game in which you are passing levels, raising points with knowledge and changing the characters which are representing a different theater occupations. The main value of app is the fact that they have opportunity to vote for theater play which they watched. This will be the first time for theater makers in our region to see the impressions of children about their work. This app is a tool for evaluation of this field, which is really important for our next step.
From the First Step platform is rapidly becoming visible to well-established actions, which enjoys the open support of ASSITEJ Serbia. This platform, with its artists, representatives of the latest generation of young professionals, will play an important role in organizing the Next Generation program in the frame of the ASSITEJ Artistic Gathering 2023 in Serbia. By launching the Next Generation residency program, ASSITEJ Serbia offered the best conditions to the generation of successful young professionals in TIA field in the region, and encourage them to gather around their artistic and professional interests and needs. And here is an extraordinary outcome: mutual recognition and friendship. The final result here outgrows personal growth and development and becomes an important common interest of the wider community growth. So, everyone wins. This principle, we think, should be the basic value of the next generation, and it needs to be nourished.